Flosstube, we're back. It's Erin TopKnotStitcher, and it is Wednesday, August 14th. Holy moly, it's the middle of August. How are we all doing on our stitching plans? I'm feeling a little behind, not gonna lie. It's been a crazy day. Today, this might be the video that I have to figure out editing. I mean, it's not that I'm not smart enough to figure that out. I'm pretty computer savvy. I'm just generally lazy, and I just don't want to spend the time, I guess, to figure out and do any editing on the videos, because I feel like with me, what you see is what you get anyway. So what am I going to edit out? I don't know. But I might have to figure it out today, because it was crazy morning this morning. We had a couple friends sleeping over, and so, which was fun, but I got up and ran and got them donuts, because I'm a nice mom, and did donuts and eggs and all that fun stuff. So the day kind of got off to a different start than it normally does. I didn't get my workout in until the afternoon. And then when I went to take a shower, no hot water. Not sure what's going on with the hot water heater. Pilot light's out. I can't get it relit and keep it lit. So there's a plumber coming at some point today. You guys all know how that goes. I mean, it's an emergency plumbing call. So, you know, they come when they come. But no repair people could fit me in before Monday for a regular appointment. And I don't want to go the weekend. Well, it's only Wednesday. We cannot go 5 days in this house with no hot water. So, waiting on a plumber. He might call during the video. Might just show up during the video. Don't know. So, may figure out editing this week. Maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see how it goes and how things take us. I feel like I don't have as much to show today, but I kind of always feel like that. So, my videos are always really long. Yes, in fact, there's a cocktail this week. I don't have to drive anybody anywhere. They're all off driving themselves. I only have Bunko later that I can walk to. So no hot water in the house. It is cocktail time. Today I am drinking, this is one of my favorite drinks. Well, it is my favorite drink. We go to Buffalo Wild Wings, which is not often because it's not super close. But when we do go, I always get their wild cherry mojito. And I looked it up online. And of course, you know, you can find the recipe online. And so I finally found the rum. It calls for Cruzan dark cherry, black cherry rum, which I had to go to Bevmo to find. But they had it. So it calls for black cherry rum, of course, some mint, and mojito mix. It calls for mojito mix and Sprite. I don't bother with mojito mix. So what I did was I put in some lime, a few wedges of lime, some sugar, some mint, muddled that all up, rum, club soda, and then a couple cherries and just a little bit of the maraschino cherry juice. Delicious. That is a summer beverage, let me tell you, and I have to be careful not to just slug that back because it is very drinkable. All right, so let's see, how was everybody's week? Did you guys have a fun week? Do anything fun? I see lots of back to school pictures for kiddos. Lots of friends had kids go back to school this week. Not around here, but elsewhere on the Facebook land. We have a few more weeks before our kids go back to school. So we're still in summer mode. Over the weekend, last Friday, my lovely husband is taking, I think I probably mentioned he's taking Fridays off for the rest of the summer. Just because we didn't have any really big vacation. Like, I did a lot of traveling. He stayed home and slaved at work. So he's been taking Fridays off, and this past Friday, he and I went out to, there's an amphitheater, an outdoor amphitheater, like concert venue out in Eastern Washington, actually kind of like the middle of the state, called The Gorge. It's the Gorge Amphitheater. It's right on the Columbia River. It is gorgeous. And so we went out there to see Mumford and Sons last Friday, just me and him. And because it's a bit of a drive, it's like 3 hours from our house, we stayed overnight. So it was a fun little overnight date. And it's like only the second time we've done that. and left the kids here on their own. I mean, my oldest is going to be 18 next month, so they're definitely able to handle themselves for a night. And both the oldest and the middle drive, so they can drive wherever they need to go and take care of the youngest. And it worked great. I'm not even sure they missed us. We're probably going to do that a little more often. These days, we actually have a couple family things that we need to attend in the fall. So they might even be fending for themselves on 3-day weekends in the fall while we head back to the Midwest for some family things we need to do this fall. We'll see how it goes. So far, they have not partied and torn the house up. So fingers crossed that we keep on that roll. Anyhow, when we got back on Saturday afternoon, we just kind of had a lazy rest of the weekend. It was actually a little gray and rained a little bit here this past weekend, so we didn't go do any hiking or anything. We played some board games and just relaxed. It was really nice. It was really nice. And then this week's just been standard dance work stuff for the kids and appointments, and I don't know, our summers always just seem to fly by. I feel like I always have big plans, like to plan fun summer outings, but between the girls, like dance commitments and job, I never seem to make that happen. I don't know. Other people I see are doing like fun weekends and going to Sun River and going to Leavenworth and out to the coast. Maybe one of these days I'll get on it and figure that out and we'll do that kind of thing. It's either big family trips for us or nothing. We sit around the house. It seems like we'll go for a hike or a bike ride, but I would maybe like to get on this like shorter local train. I would like to say Labor Day weekend, but that's in a couple weekends. I don't have anything planned. I'm pretty sure everything's probably all booked up. Oh well, what are you gonna do? They're fine. $1 in therapy jar, they can work it out. All right, so stitching. We're here to talk about cross stitching. This is a cross stitching channel, and I'm so thankful. I didn't say welcome back to all of you who are subscribers. I so appreciate you. I think a couple people have shouted me out this past week because I had another little bump in subscriber count. Matter of fact, this morning or this afternoon when I looked at it, when I went on to check comments and get everything ready for the giveaway, I was at 666. So if you are a subscriber, could you subscribe and get me over that number? Because it's kind of a freaky number to be sitting at. Anyhow, so if you're a subscriber, welcome back. And if you wandered into this and are wondering who this crazy woman is that's talking about cocktails and weekend trips, this is actually a channel about cross stitch. And that we just talk about what I'm working on and what plans are and all things stitchy fun. So what did I do this week? I actually had I actually spent the beginning of this week doing a couple fully finished things. Now one is a gift, and so I'm not going to show that, and it's actually already all packaged up and headed to the post office. So, but I used my rudimentary sewing skills and was very impressed with myself. So when the recipient of that gets it, I'll post a picture on my Instagram because it came out pretty cute and not nearly as wonky as I thought it might. But I did also I FFO'd a finish from like a month ago that I hadn't gotten around to FFOing. And this is it. This is the Lizzie Kate Summer ABCs, and I have all 4 of them. And this little frame clipboard thing I got at Michael's in the, it was like on clearance, but it was burgundy. It was like, it matched the murder wall, actually. So you would have thought I would have kept it, but it's going in my powder room. And so I feel like if I lean forward, like it's weird. Is that weird? I don't know. But this is actually going in my powder room, and so I wanted it white. So I just bought some matte, like chalkboard spray paint and spray painted it, and that worked lovely. And then Oh, I meant to bring this stuff over. Oh, I'll talk about it later. And then I'm just clipping that on. I feel like maybe I should get some like ribbon and do a little bow up on this little thing, maybe in green. I don't know. I feel like it needs a little something, but then that gets like on the edge of too frou-frou for me. So and this was something I want to talk about. New favorite thing this week doing this FFO, stitchery tape. I watched a Flosstube of Kathy Haberman. Do we have a consensus on how she says her name? Hands-on design. She did and it might not have been new. I don't know. A tutorial video on her flat finishes. And she uses stitchery tape. And the Stars and Stripes one I used hot glue a la Priscilla and Chelsea. The stitchery tape, slick, way slick. I got mine from Amazon. They also carry it on 1-2-3 Stitch. It was about the same price. I just didn't have a 1-2-3 Stitch order to go in. So I got it from Amazon. Super slick. It's double-sided tape. So this just went on a piece of matte board with just one, like really, you can see it's not very poofy at all. I just did one layer of really thin batting and then another matte board with some fabric on it. And both those, I just put the stitchery tape around back of it and stuck the fabric to the stitchery tape. And then actually the stitchery tape is holding the stitch piece to the fabric board. And then I was trying, it took me so long to fully finish this because I was just hadn't gotten around to getting the spray paint. And then also I was having trouble finding rickrack. I wanted green because I wanted it to be more summery and not 4th of July-y because this is going to be out all summer. So I wanted green, but I was having trouble finding a green rickrack to match. And, oh, I should have grabbed this too. Oh, sorry. I couldn't find fabric rickrack. So then I was looking on Amazon and I found this. I don't know if you can tell. It's die cut felt. And there was a huge pack. I'll put a link below. It was a big pack of a ton of different colors of this die cut felt rickrack. And it looked like one of the greens was going to work, and it totally did. And now I'm excited because I have just a whole bunch of different colors of rickrack. And if you have like a Cricut machine, I'm sure can cut these yourself. That's probably not hard. I just don't have one. Or I take that back. I have one that does not work because it is old. Like it's one of the like very first generation ones and it finally died. And they look super fancy now. But I just, I haven't replaced mine. I'm not sure I'm going to replace mine. But so if you have one, I'm sure that you can do this. And you're like, yeah, die cut felt. But if you don't have one, you can get a pack of a whole bunch of colors on Amazon. And I'll link that below. So there's my FFO for the week. And now I need to get moving on the fall one so I can switch that out maybe mid to late September. So, yay, so that's in my powder room. I'm very excited. I'm finally having cross stitch in my house, guys, hung up and displayed, not hung up, but displayed around my house. That's 2 now. I have the yearbook one. I have this one. Stars and Stripes got put away. Oh. I have 2 cross stitch things finished and displayed in my house. I'm a real cross stitcher now. Boom. Okay. So those were my finishes, like my FFOs and actually finishes. I didn't finish anything else. And so then what else did I work on this past week? So when I saw you guys last week, I had showed piles and piles of stuff. I was working on Magical Stitches homework. That was 1,000 stitches in 1,000 stitches in a project you want to quit. And I had showed that I was working on this project, New York. There it is. I did get 1,000 stitches in, and you know what? It made me like the project better. I'm happy for that homework because I now got like a chunk done, and this went with me. I stitched it in the car all the way to the concert at the Gorge and back, so that was a good chunk of time and is, you know, the bulk of when it got done. So here's where I am. Yay! So I got this whole building done, the back of this, the archway all done and started on the Statue of Liberty. And I told you last time that I had like miscounted off this pink, or I miscounted off the yellow, which is where I had stopped last time, the yellow around here. So this building ended up is like 3 rows. There's 3 more rows to this building. And then on the Statue of Liberty, I just kind of fudged it a little around the archway. And then I put 2 extra rows in her dress, and I'll bring the pedestal that she's standing on up 1 extra row. And I don't think you're gonna be able to tell. And honestly, I do not think I have done a single piece yet with no mistakes in it. I think that's part of it, right? Like you make a mistake, you fudge it, then it's uniquely yours. That's what makes these handmade, right? Otherwise we just buy something that's already done. So that's where it is. It got 1,000 stitches, and now it's going to go back in the WIP basket until it pops up again for homework. It's on my WIP album, so it'll probably turn up sometime. Oh, and someone had commented asking if I could show my WIP album. So when I talk about my WIP album, on Magical Stitches, you have to have a photo album with 20 of your WIPs. Well, anywhere from 1 with a maximum of 20 WIPs in it. And they sometimes do homework based on those. So that's when I talk about my WIP album. I now have, when I first started Flosstube, I had maybe like 13. I'm now up to 20 in that album. Plus I have WIPs going that are not pictured there. So, but if you guys are interested in me doing like a full WIP parade, I could do like what I have now. I mean, of course, I'm starting stuff like every week at the moment until I get freaked out about how many things I have going. And, but if you guys are interested in me I do it like a special like Flosstube extra and just show all my current WIPs. So let me know if you're interested in that, because someone had asked about me showing a WIP album. And I think that's maybe what they meant, was that they wanted to see like all the WIPs I have going, because every week you guys see like, I don't know, it depends on how many I've worked on, but like 5 maybe ish projects. I probably have, I guess 26, 27 things going now. That sounds about right. I don't know. I haven't counted them because that might freak me out. But if you're interested in seeing everything, let me know. All right, so I worked on that, and then I was also working on the Harry Potter covers. Magical Stitches this week homework is intense. It's based on your class, like classes and taking end of year exams. So to get like the highest grade on your exams, there's 7 like mandatory classes and then 3 electives. So that's 10 classes. So you can do 100 stitches in each, and that gives you like a good grade, right? But if you want an A++, essentially, then you do 200 stitches. So that's 2,000 stitches this week for homework. I'm a Ravenclaw. I always want to get full points and the best grade. So you can bet that's what I'm going for. But I got this project, my Harry Potter book covers, is going to count for like at least 4 or 5 of the homework of the classes. So this is getting a lot of stitches. So you guys ready to see where it is? Look at that. I am so close to a page finish, guys. So close. So there we go. This section here, that about killed me. I was doing that like Sunday night, Monday. This was so confetti heavy, so many colors. This little 70 stitch block, because this is that, short comb. I think that took me like an hour and a half to do those 70 stitches in this kind of little part here. So, but it's done. Look how good it looks. And I'm so close. Last week I had said I thought it would take me about a week and a half. And yep, I think I've got this will 4 days. I'm going to say by the end of the weekend. by the end of the weekend for sure, I will have a page finish on that. Yay! So happy with that. So happy. I'm still loving every bit of that, which is good because it's going to take me a couple years. Someone had also commented and asked if I could do a video on full coverage piece, like how I do my full coverage, how I decided to jump into it. I can totally do that. I am by no means an expert on full coverage. I have one. I watched a lot of tutorials on parking, and I don't know why, like I jumped in, like part of it was I saw that pattern and I had to have it. Like I had to stitch it, I had to do it. So I don't even think I really thought that much about could I do it, because it's just, I mean, on all honesty, a full coverage piece in some ways is almost easier, I feel like, because yes, there's counting, but on pre-gridded fabric, it's not, you know, it's harder to make a mistake, and it's only full crosses. So in some way, like it didn't occur to me that I couldn't do it. It was just a matter of whether or not I had the persistence and patience to do it. And I just really want this hanging in my house. So, but let me know if you guys want me, cause that's another like Flosstube extra video I could do. I am happy to like maybe turn the camera around and show you guys like how I tackle my full coverage piece. I'm not really an expert on it, but if that's helpful to anybody, I mean, Lord knows I've watched a ton of tutorials, and I can either like link the ones that I watched that I found super helpful. There's definitely lots of different ways like to skin that particular cat, but I'm happy to show you how I do it if that would be helpful to anybody. So there's that. And then what else did I work on last week? I had showed you my start on Tingles. I started with ghosties and ghoulies. I'm doing it all together that way. And I had started it last week, and I did keep working on this a little bit. When I was working on that New York piece, like if I needed a break from it, I worked on this. So I was hoping to get this whole block done before the end of the week, and I was going to start something new, but it didn't happen. However, I got a good chunk done. So that's where it is now. I think last week I had like the top border and like a little bit of this border done. That's all I had to show this week. So I got ghosties and ghoulies in. I did the little owl. I did end up changing this color here because I am using a mix of, it calls for all over dyes, but I didn't think that that was necessary to life. Like just looking at it, I didn't think that on most of it, because they're like little motifs, I didn't think that you saw the variegation enough. So I'm only using, I'm using guacamole and sweet potato, and actually carrot. And then the rest of the colors I was using there, they have a DMC conversion listed. So for everything other than those three, I was using the DMC conversion. This color up top, that yellowish color, can you guys see that? There's yellow and orange in that border. It's kind of like way blowing out. It calls for curry, and the DMC conversion for it is 3852. And that's what this is up top. That's what this is also supposed to be. But on here, you can see it's way brighter. It's way brighter than this really mustardy color. So I switched it to 743. So I'm using now 743 for that yellow, which I like a lot, so much better. So now I need to decide if I'm going to go pull out this and replace it or not. My one daughter said, don't do that. It can just be the border color, because down at the bottom, there's another border charted. It doesn't have that particular color in that border, but there's a lot of black. Like I could change it out and add it, and then that color would just be in the top and bottom border. What do we think? Should I rip it out? You know me, I tend to think no. So I'm just going to keep going and then decide if it bothers me that that's a different yellow than everything else. But so 743 is what I ended up doing on that. The rest of it I think is looking really good. Like even that orange on the owl, that's carrot. It's showing up just fine. So I'm really happy with that. It's not a ton of progress, but I wish I had gotten that little piece done, but I'll come back around to it. So that's how far I got in Tingles. What else did I work on? And then Sunday evening, I had finished homework and I had gotten to a point that I had to like stop on Harry Potter covers, book covers, because I wanted to homework started the next day. Essentially, I wasn't going to do another 100 on that. And so I decided to so I was going to work on something else, and I realized I hadn't done, there's always extra credit stitching for each book in Magical Stitches. And one of the homeworks is always to watch the movie that is the movie for the book. So right now it's Order of the Phoenix. Hold, please. All right, I'm back. We'll see if that pausing worked. That was the plumber. He's on the way. Coming from Seattle in rush hour traffic. I think we have a little while. Okay, what was I saying? Oh, so I decided to do the extra credit. That was watching Order of the Phoenix, and I decided to stitch on while I watched that, the September Lizzie Kate yearbook. See if I can, like, in little bits and pieces of time, get that done sometime before September's over. So this is how far I got. I think during the movie, I got a little Blackbird done, part of the sheep, just because I was finishing that thread. These little doodly bobs, and then I think last night I started the September. But so that's how far I got. We'll see if I get that finished, but I just love these little ones for when you just have a tiny little bit of time or just need a little bit of a break on something else. Like, they work great. They're fun. I like them. You know me, I like the Lizzie Kates. So I did that. And then homework started. And I already showed you Harry Potter book covers. So I'm using that for a bunch of classes. I'm using it for Charms, Transfiguration. No, not Transfiguration. Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Care Magical Creatures. That's an elective. Something else I can't think of. But for Herbology and History of Magic, I used Texture Mom. Does it look done? You know, it's almost done, guys. I came so close to finishing this with 400 stitches. So this got 400 more stitches, and it's so stinking close. I almost just stayed up to finish it, but it was 2 o'clock in the morning and I had to go to sleep. So there's the insides of these little red flowers left, and there's this has a little matching doodah over here. And then that's it. Then it's done. I'm so close. And I actually realized I made a mistake over here, and I put this flower up too high. So I had to, like, matter of fact, I think I'm going to put another little doodah over here. I had to kind of start fudging around because, once again, I can't do anything without making a mistake. But I actually kind of like it okay because then it's not totally symmetrical to the other side. I don't know. Can you tell? You can't tell. It's for my daughter. She's not going to know or care. So there you go. So this got another 400 stitches. When I'm finished with homework this week, hopefully I'm not going to be running that down to the deadline. I'm just going to sit and finish this. This will be a finish next week. So it is decreed. So that got worked on for homework. And then yesterday I was planning to start this project for KarlaBeingCrafty. Her birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Karla. And she's doing a birthday sal, Black Cat birthday sal. hashtag Black Cat birthday, to celebrate her birthday this month. Anybody can join in, stitch anything with a cat on it. I don't even think it has to be a black cat. I don't know. So I was planning on starting this on her birthday tomorrow, but it works so great for homework and I needed to get going on it. So I started yesterday for Karla's birthday, Midnight Watch by Blackbird Designs. Way excited about this. So I started that yesterday. For this, I am using some of the called for fancy floss. They give a DMC conversion as well. So on some of the things that it wasn't a lot, or I didn't think that the fancy floss was going to matter, I'm using DMC. So there's my flosses. It's long. So those are the flosses I'm using. And this is like, I'm not quite done with the second homework I'm using it for. I'm using this for astronomy because big moon, and then transfiguration because cat, McGonagall is a cat. So this is like about 300 stitches and I did a whole lot of border work. This is a lot of border, guys. It's a lot of border. And I just saw someone, and I should have written down their name, posted this for Common Threaded Stitcher, which if you haven't jumped on that yet, check it out. So much fun. I'm not catching every day. I get a little behind, but I'm trying, but I'm reading through it. I'm following the hashtag. It's really, really fun. I think today is favorite finish, or maybe yesterday was favorite finish. I think today is your favorite finish. I don't have a lot, so I don't know that I'll post, but someone posted this is their favorite finish, and they didn't do all these little orange doodly dots. That's a real term, doodly dots. They just left the border like this, and it looks really good. So I don't know. I kind of like these little things because they look like acorns to me, and you guys know I love acorns. So I'll probably do them, but it also looked amazing without it, and this is a lot of border. What I was trying to decide is if I was going to do the alphabet or not, or if I was just going to do the house and the cat and leave the alphabet off. I'm still deciding. I don't know. What do we think? I just don't know that the alphabet's necessary, but at the same time, like, look, I love the spooky numbers. So I might do the whole alphabet just for the spooky numbers, just to put, I don't know. Or I could maybe just get rid of these 3 lines and just put my initials and the date underneath. That might be it. I don't know. Or I might just do it as charted because it looks amazing. I don't know. But I got started on the border. At one point, I got really bored doing the same border, so I came down here and did a little bit here and then went back to border. This is on 32 count Winter's Brew by R&R, and I love the fabric, and I think it must be like a tea or a coffee dye because it smells, I don't know, it smells like you're brewing something. It's Winter's Brew. And hello, Black Cat Needleminder. That's from Abby TopKnotStitcher. So love, love, love this. Glad I get to work on it a little bit more. I love it. So that is Midnight Watch for Karla's birthday. Okay, so that's it. That's all I worked on this week, which seems like fewer projects than I normally work on. Don't we think? That seems like less, right? And I'm still like working down my list for 24 hours of cross stitch, acrostic. And I know last weekend was like the big 24 hours marathon. The weekends are hard for me to do that just because, I don't know, I can maybe do it sometime, but in general, that tends to be like the only time our family is all together. And my husband works a lot, and so I like to spend time with him on the weekends, but I still got lots of stitching in. I just didn't do a like 24 and 48, but I am doing the acrostic, still working on that. Not quite halfway done, and the month is halfway over, so better get moving. Shout outs. Ooh, let's shout some people out. I'm super excited because I watched a ton of Flosstube, and I'm like, seriously guys, I'm pretty much right now I'm watching Flosstube and rewatching Downton Abbey in preparation for the movie. That's pretty much it. I watch Flosstube all the time. And so I watched some new people this week that you should go check out. First person is Stephanie. She's one half of Pixie Dust Stitchers. And I think maybe just like trying to get together and film together and having just different visions for what the channel is going to be. They now are doing solo videos. And so Stephanie is adorable. She's so sweet. I love her. I adore her. And so she has a new channel. You should go check her out. It is Stitch, exclamation point, goes my heart. Stitch goes my heart. So go check out Stephanie. Also stitching with my bestie, two lovely ladies, and they've been friends forever and they stitch together. And I don't know. I love the duos, says the solo floss tuber. Who wants to come and be my duo? Who wants to come be my duo partner? Come to Seattle. But stitching with my bestie, they're really fun. I've watched, I think, 2 or 3 of their videos this past week, and I really enjoyed them. Also, Jennifer Bluegrass Stitchers. Stitchers. Jennifer Bluegrass. Look her up. I'm going to link everybody below so you can check them out, or at least spell out their channel names correctly so you can search for them and find them. She is also just adorable, and I love her energy and super, super fun and working on fun projects. And I've enjoyed her videos, so you can go check her out. And the last one is Texas Bob 88. I think he only has 2 videos up. He's new and adorable. Like, I just love his stories about how he's gotten into it. I think his aunt stitches and has given him some like projects and some things. He clearly comes from a stitchy family, a family of stitchy women, and he is now a stitcher, and I'm here for it. I am here for all the guy stitchers. So if you're a guy stitcher, you have Flosstube, I want to see your videos. So those are the people that I've really enjoyed this past week, in addition to everybody else. I saw somewhere someone had posted like a pattern. I need to find it, that said something about like a lady never reveals the length of her Flosstube subscription list or something along those lines. And it cracked me up because my subscription list is long guys, but I love all the Flosstubers. Love watching all of you guys. So there's that. Oh, speaking of another Flosstuber, since I'm not really going to do plans because I did plans last time, one of the things that I talked about last time, and I should have brought the chart over with me. That's terrible. Maybe I'll look for it real quick while I talk to you guys. Is I am going to be selling Playing with Jax with Leslie Hurley later this month, and anybody is welcome to come along. I'll show you guys a picture of it. There it is. It's by the Cricut Collection, Playing with Jax, and there is an alternate. I know with Leslie, she talked about how this like crazy jack-o'-lantern guy was the one who got her, like that she really wanted to do it. There is an alternate pumpkin on the website, on their blog website for the Cricut Collection, and it's fall. It's got leaves in it. It's more an autumnal talking. It's not more of an autumnal look than a Halloween look. So for me, I like that because I can leave it up longer. Anyway, we are going to be selling Playing with Jax, and I am going to start it on the 28th, August 28th. You don't have to start it that day. You can start it with whenever, but that's the day that I'm going to start it. So we're going to have a hashtag on Instagram, Play Jax SAL. So just Play Jax SAL. I'll pop that below. And Leslie, amazing, talked to Ann Thompson at, I'm going to get it right, Shepherd's Needle, which is located in Little Rock. That's like her LNS. That's Leslie's LNS. And Ann Thompson is the owner there. And she agreed to run a little like special for anybody who wants to sal along with us. So you can call, you'll have to call them, call Shepherd's Needle, and they will put together, you can get 15% off chart, fabric, floss. Like if you just want the chart, you can get just the chart. If you want fabric and floss, you have to call them because I think the fabric that it calls for isn't, I don't know if you can't get it anymore, or I'm not sure what the deal is on the called for fabric. Like I just picked some other fabric, but this way you can get whatever fabric you want. You call them, tell them what count, she will help you out. So there you go. Shepherd's Needle, I'll put all the information below. So if you want to sal along with us, they're going to give you 15% off all the supplies you need to do it, and come play with us. It's going to be really fun. The code is SALFUN19, and she's going to keep that going through the end of the year. So if you can't start this month, no problem. If you want to start in October, cool. It's going to take me forever. I mean, it's not going to take me forever, but I tend to not be fast with the finishes. So there's no deadline on this. There's no set start date, but if it's something that you want to stitch along with us, we would love to have you. Yay. I'm excited. You know me. Join all the sals. Start all the sals. And I'm excited for that piece. I think Jan Hicks was the first person I saw that had finished it. Like she had done a really cute finish with it, and I don't know. I love all things autumn. Bring it on. Okay. So that was shout outs, fun information. Ooh, haul. I don't even feel like I have that much this week, guys. But I do have some stuff in my Acorns and Threads bag. That is my haul bag. I just stick all the stuff in there that I buy or get in the mail throughout the week so that I can show you. So let's see what's up first. Okay, first things first. Oh, that's a gift. We're not going to show that. That's a gift for somebody. I got from Threads Entwined. I jumped on the re-release of Blackbird Designs pattern bandwagon. Did that make sense? I think it did. Blackbird Designs has re-released some of their patterns that had been out of print but were highly sought after, and I just peer pressure. You guys caught me. So I picked up 2 of them. Trisha posted on Instagram that she had them and they were in her shop, and so I couldn't help myself. So I caved and got Easter Parade because Steph, I don't know, she told me to. She didn't really tell me to. She's finished this recently, and it was just so cute. And look at this basket. I love the basket too. Good heavens. And I don't have hardly any like spring stuff. So this was definitely, I love tulips. Love tulips. So that one got me. And then I also picked up Eleanor Rigby because I love the song. And this is just, I don't know, I really like that one. I don't know, I don't feel the need to do the entire series, but this one I really like. It has an alternate colorway, and I think I'm going to do it this way, or I might even just change the colors altogether, but I really like these maroons and greens, and I like that. So those were the 2 of the Blackbird Designs re-release patterns that I fell for. I fell for it. It's fine. And then, I went to my true LNS, which is Thread Needle Street in Issaquah. It's a nice store. It's not very big. However, they have a really great selection of threads. Patterns, not as much. They do have a lot of needlepoint, not a lot, but they have needlepoint too. It's needlepoint and cross stitch. So they have some patterns. I would not really go there to peruse their patterns, but if you need thread, it's a great place to go. And I was having trouble for midnight watch. I was having trouble finding 2 of the Gentle Arts overdyed that I really wanted to have. One was for the house and the other one was for, I can't remember. I think maybe some of the stars. And I find that, so Acorns didn't have it when I was kitting up everything at Acorns. 123 Stitch didn't have it. Trisha Threads and Twine didn't have it. And I know that Gentle Arts is like, some of those are back ordering and just nobody can get it. Threadneedle Street, she keeps a really good stock of threads. And I think because it's not nearly as big or as busy of a store, sometimes I can find those there. And she had both of them. So that was good. So I went to get that. And then I also wanted to get, I talked about doing the Stiachalong, which I've never done it before. I don't really, I didn't explain it well when I talked about it. Still don't think I could explain it well. It's a mystery stitch along. It's essentially free. Like, it's a pay what you want. There's a Facebook group. There's a blog page. Like, there's a website for the Stiach along. I'll link it below. Check it out. Might be for you, might not. But the thread list this year is pretty intense. And there's blends, and there were also metallics. And it calls for, on the floss list, it called for DMC light effects, which I don't love working with. And I wanted to try Krynic. Because I don't know, because people do, and I hear that it maybe works better. So I went to Threadneedle Street, pulled the light effects, and then found the Krynic that matched the best. So this will be my experiment with Krynic. Let's see. I know people also really like Petite Treasure Braid. She doesn't have that, she had Krynic, so that's what we're gonna try. And it's not that I find the light effects to be unworkable. I've just heard that this is better. Because that light effects, you really do have to use really, it does fray, and I knot it to my needle and use short lengths, and it's fiddly futzy. So, so even as I say that she doesn't have a big selection of charts, a couple charts did come home with me, because I can't just go and pick up 4 flosses. That's ridiculous. So I got these because she had these and I like them, and they're the cardboard. They're not the reproduced ones. So I got As the Crow Flies. Don't know why this really calls me, but I love this one. Sow 4 seeds in a row, 1 to rot and 1 to grow, 1 for the rook and 1 for the crow. Like, look, that little crow is planting seeds. That's fantastic. So I got As the Crow Flies, and this one has just been on my wish list, and I just like it, and she had it, and support your LNS Reindeer Roundup. Because I probably would have bought this at some point from 123 Stitch, and she had it, and I like that store is there, so I would like to give them some money occasionally. Oh, and then the only other thing I bought there was I got this little Mill Hill kit. This little, what is it? Christmas lantern. It's a little magnet. I had done the Taboo Kitty. That's like the kitty by the lantern. Is that a lantern? It's a lantern. And and that was fun. So I thought I'd do the Christmas one too. So that's pretty. I don't know when I'll do it. At some point. At some point I'll do that. What else? What other goodies did I get this week? I got some more Abby TopKnot Needleminders. I ordered this little Christmas set because I'm going to do some more Christmas stitching, and I needed, it's a need. I needed some Christmas ones. I thought those were awfully cute. And she sent me this one for free. It's like, I don't know. Is that a panda? What is that? I don't know. It's something with a plant coming out of its head, and it's adorable. So I like those. And look at the cute little envelope it came in. It's pandas and a raccoon. That's so cute. So I got those, and then I picked up a couple other Prairie Schoolers from eBay, because this one I could not resist anymore, and I'm not going to start it this year because I think I'm full up of Halloween starts, but I did get Hocus Pocus. I love this. I love the whole thing, all the different, like how you can kind of pick the ones you want and trade them out, or you could do them as ornaments. I love this whole thing. So that I will definitely do next year, and I couldn't have just one chart come. So I also got Nevermore. Almost exclusively for this little raven holding a key. Raven, Edgar Allan Poe, Raven key. Sold. And I like this little one too. I like that one. I don't know. I like the whole thing. I'll do those eventually. So those came. And then I also got a order from 123 Stitch. Did any of you guys watch? There was a, no, I can't remember what it was called. There was like a Focus on Fibers. That's what it was called. Focus on Fibers collaboration with a bunch of Flosstubers that they each did a different fiber. I know I talked about it, I think maybe last week. Michelle Bendy did one. Leslie did one. A bunch of people talked about a bunch of different kinds of fibers. So they each had a different kind of fiber. And it was super educational. Like I loved that. Don't know whoever put that together. Thank you. That was, I loved it. I watched them all because I'm just starting to use some of the fancy flosses and to learn the differences between them, and was fantastic. Blitz Stitch, and I'll link him below. He did Ship's Manor, which I don't have any Ship's Manor anything. But he talked about the Ship's Manor threads, and I'm going to show you. Actually, I took a screenshot of his Instagram. So this is his Instagram. Go follow him on Flosstube and Instagram. He showed this finish that he did last year, Merry and Bright. And it's a Ship's Manor design and the Ship's Manor fibers. Oh, look how amazing that is. I love everything about this. So I immediately went and bought the PDF pattern and the fiber pack. I don't have the fiber pack yet, but then I needed some fabric for it, so I ordered 32 count Mystic Belfast linen. Picture this plus. So this is what it's going to go on. Oh, I'm so excited to get those flosses, you guys. So I ordered that from 123 Stitch. Can't just have a piece of fabric come. So I also got Little House Needleworks Cardinal Winter, because I want to do that. The little stars and stripes finish I did, that's done with magnets, and the back of it is like a burgundy. So it's going to work for like Christmas winter too, but I wanted something that would work kind of not just for Christmas. So I love this. It says Tweet, little cardinals. And then I got the couple overdyes that I thought would be good. The brown and the tree one I thought would be better in the overdyes than DMC. So those came. And then do I have anything else? I think that's it. That's all. Oh, this I didn't buy this. I didn't pay for this, but Deborah Stitched the Stash. She's a total enabler. She sent me a little just a message and said, "Hey, have you seen this website, sprucecraftco, modern cross stitch design?" She's like, "They have some cute stuff that is right up your alley. Go check them out." She was not wrong. They have a ton of cute patterns, but they also have a newsletter. So I immediately signed up for the newsletter. I didn't buy anything right away. I immediately signed up for the newsletter, and they send you a free pattern, like a freebie little pattern every month. And then they gave you a code to get this month's pattern. Since I got the newsletter in the middle of the month, they just gave me a coupon code to go get this month's pattern, which is one that I have been eyeing anyway. Check it out. I'm not lazy. I'm just on energy saving mode. That's my life. Like, I almost feel personally attacked by that. And my children, who, like, none of them get up in the summer before like 10 o'clock unless they have to be somewhere. So I might be stitching this up like 4 times, one for each of us. I think that's hysterical. I picked up the flosses to do it. That's going to be a quick stitch, but look how cute that is. But sprucecraftco. They have some cute stuff, guys. And if you sign up for their newsletter, you'll get free little cute patterns. Who doesn't love that? So that's it. I feel like that's not too much haul for me. Like, I mean, good. That's a good amount of haul, but that's not crazy, right? Maybe a little crazy. It's fine. I'm not even sure I have anything really coming. There might be no haul. Oh, there's not going to be no haul next week. I lied. Because I know one thing that's coming. But I think there's going to be very little haul next week. I'm getting to the point where I have a lot of stuff I want to stitch. And I think there's not as many things that I need to have. I say until things like this happens, which is probably likely to happen again. Let's not kid ourselves. So I think that's all I have today, except for giveaway. So last week's giveaway was for this because it had been the end of July. So I was giving away this mandala giraffe. Super cute pattern. I had 13 people that wanted to stitch the giraffe. Let me pull up my random number generator. Hold, please. Okay. So 13 people. Here we go. Random number generator. 1 to 13. We're going to generate. Oh, number 13. I love that. Owl and Gator Stitcher. That sounds like a Flosstube name. They might have a Flosstube, but check them out. So Owl and Gator Stitcher, you won the giraffe. Yay! So my contact information is below in the drop-down box. Shoot me an email with your address and I will fold that up and get that out to you. In all of my running arounds this week, I stopped at the thrift store, just like the local Little Value Village in Redmond, just to see if there was anything there that I needed and see if there's any cross stitch stuff. Really, I don't have the luck. Like some people have some amazing luck. But I also just like to check out and see if anybody donated any cross stitching that needs to be saved. But I actually did find something. Actually, I found a couple little things were bagged up, so you couldn't even really see what was in it. It was like a bag of little cross stitchy stuff. It looked like it was cross stitch, and there was also this really cute sloth felt ornament craft kit. So I thought that looks like cross stitch stuff behind it. One of the kids will love the little felt thing. So I just bought it. And this, I thought, oh, this is not a bad little haul because the whole bag was like a few dollars. So anyway, I thought somebody here is going to want to stitch this. Check it out. Cats, cats, cats. This is a Cooler Design Studio designed by Nancy Rossi. It's charted in all DMC. It's a pretty decent floss list. There's definitely back stitching involved. But it says, love me, love my cat. A house without a cat is not a home. I mean, look at this little wind-up mouse. Little sardines. So cute. But I'm not going to stitch this anytime soon, so I figure I'd give it to one of you guys. So if you want to enter in this week's giveaway, please be a subscriber. Please be 18 or older so you can give me your address. Don't say giveaway, just tell me I would like to stitch the cats. You know me, I love all things cats. I'm kind of surprised that I'm giving this away. Look, there's a grandfather clock even with little mice. That's adorable. So I want to stitch the cats to be entered in next week's giveaway. And that's it, guys. That's all I got for you today. Under an hour. That's pretty good for me. So hope you guys have a great week. And I will be back at you next week to show you hopefully a page finish on Harry Potter. Hopefully a finish on Text Your Mom. It could be an exciting week next week. So in the meantime, have a great week. Happy stitching.